G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 4 of the Director of Football Southampton save. Let's go straight into it. Now firstly, I'm going to do a little recap. Well, as I say, we are on season number 4, so we are 3 seasons in and we have already achieved a couple of our targets, quite simply. So first season was to avoid relegation. Check, that's done and dusted. The second task was to stabilise a club in the Premier League. Now, we're 4 seasons in, or we're starting the 4th season. We've stayed in the Premier League. We've qualified for the Europa League through our cup success of the FA Cup last season. And now we're pushing on for more European qualification. I want us to keep up there. So I'd say stabilising the club in the Premier League, check. That's done as well. Absolutely brilliant. So, with that being said, we are in the Europa League this season, which means European football, which means extra fixtures. So therefore, that means I've had to go and spend a little bit of money. Now, you'll see I also still have 59 million in the transfer budget. And when you have a look at the squad is a reasonable size. It is, if I do a quick check on it, 23. Which I don't think is too bad. I don't think it's too bad. But it was a case of trying to find the right players. I wasn't going to spend the money like sort of willy-nilly and just buy whoever I wanted in. If I was going to buy a player now, I need to find players who, 1, are willing to come to the club, and 2, are actually better than what we have already. And it was proving a little bit difficult. So this is where the long game comes into it a little bit now as the director. So the only thing I have control of is staffing, contracts, and transfers. So it is what it is. Right, let's go back one. So, as you see, we're on the 8th of August, 2026. If I get this rearranged. We did bring in, what was it? 4 players. 4 players have come in before the takeover. Right, so, first free transfer, Michael Soquist, Danish midfielder. He's finally arrived. I think I alluded to that on last season's episode, or season number 3. So he's coming. Again, he'll probably go out on loan for a couple of seasons just to build up his game time. But he's definitely got the potential there. So I'm quite happy with that one. Emin Akbulut is a German/Turkish player, but with incredible potential and already at 18, having physicals and mentals like that, especially the teamwork and work rate, which I absolutely love, and determination. I think this guy is going to be an absolute world-class centre-back, to be fair. I can't see anything else for him. He's going to be incredible. I'm predicting that right now. He's going to be incredible. We're 36 million already, and I bought him in for 13.5. Not a bad deal. Justin Cliver, I wanted an extra attacking midfielder, so Bournemouth had him up for sale because they got relegated. What more could be said? He's a very, very solid midfielder. Could play right across that top 3 there. Perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. And also I wanted another right back, and Connor Bradley was available for 14.5 million. Again, very solid and very capable wing back. So I think he will push Walker Peters in that right back slot, and I think it probably is going to be between the 2 of them all season. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. A little bit of competition. So that's before then. Obviously, before the takeover as well, we had a few sales go out where we did raise a fair bit of money. Sugawara's gone to Wolves for 25.5 million. Harwood Bellis has gone to Ipswich for 21. And then when we click over, I've raised another 66 million through selling Fernandez to Norwich for 31. Flynn Downs, 27.5 million to Bournemouth, so virtually a straight swap for Cliver. Smallbone has gone to Norwich as well for 10 million. Viper didn't last, he just wasn't getting the game time. And I can't put people into the squad to make them get game time. I rely on my assistant managers to play all the players. If they don't play, I'll have to move them on. So 3.7 million for him, and Sebastiano Esposito, 1.3 million to Bristol City. Didn't really get any game time. A few loans here and there. Amior has gone on loan. Dibbling has gone on loan. Hopefully the game time will help him. But I did bring in another 2 players. I wanted a ball-crunching, ball-winning midfielder, and the best I could find, and I'm actually very happy with this. Yeah, okay, he's only a 3-star current ability. 20-year-old German Anton Stack from Hoffenheim. I think mentally and physically he's spot on for this league, and he's got really good tackling actually, 15 for tackling. Anticipation, bravery, determined, teamwork, work rate, brilliant. That's the guy I'm looking for. I'm hoping that he's going to be the game difference this year. And now I'm starting to invest more in the regens. Patrick D.O.F is a transfer I did, I think, on the January transfer window, but obviously wouldn't come through until now at this point. But I've kept him on loan for a season at Marseille, which is where I bought him from. Hopefully he'll get the game time there, but he's got a lot of potential. Good bravery, excellent tackling, great jumping reach, really tall centre-back, but he's got good pace and stamina with it as well. Plus good natural fitness. I'm hoping this guy will come good in the next couple of seasons. Because this is again, as part of being the director of football, we have to have the foresight, think into the future now, looking at the regens, who's going to be in the first team within the next couple of seasons, because it's all about building that squad. Now, I'll show you the squad. We've not played any games, although we did play Man City in the Community Shield. We only lost 1-0 to an 87th minute. It's a little bit disappointing, to say the least, and it looks like Lambord missed a penalty as well, which is a little bit annoying. Friendlies have been very good for us this season, so we've had a good warm-up, but a reasonably tough start to the season there. So we got Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United and Spurs in our first 6 games. That's going to be a litmus test for us, to say the least. So, with the Europa League on the horizon, we go straight into the league stage, so no qualifications for that. How do you think we're going to get on? Well, I'm going to roll the highlights now, and let's go and find out, shall we? I'll see you guys in a few seconds. After winning last season's FA Cup, we went into Europa League proper, and we acquitted ourselves valiantly, notching up impressive wins: 5-0 versus Athletic Bilbao, 3-1 versus Sporting. This meant we qualified in the top 8 to face Lille in the round of 16, who we resoundingly whooped 5-0 on aggregate, only to be beaten in the quarterfinals by Juventus, sadly, 3-1 on aggregate. Domestically, it was always expected that Europe will affect the club's domestic form, and that was the case until November, after we lost 5 of our first 9 fixtures. But 5-2 win versus Wolves, 4-2 win versus Villa, a 5-1 win versus Man United, and a classic 2-1 win versus Man City helped keep us in the top half of the table and eventually finish 5th in the league to secure Champions League qualification. The Carabao Cup was about a 5 out of 10, beating Huddersfield and Exeter in the early rounds, only to get beaten in the quarterfinals by Chelsea. The FA Cup, on the other hand, was 10 out of 10 again. Early stage wins versus Sheff Wednesday, Bolton, and revenge versus Chelsea led to a quarterfinals versus Stoke, who we easily dispatched 2-0 to face Middlesbrough in the semi-finals, and again comfortably beat them to reach back-to-back FA Cup finals, this time versus Leeds. The game ebbed and flowed, defenders couldn't even be bothered on that day, but this epic final went to us in the end as we beat Leeds 5-3 on the day. Well, I'm actually really happy with that season. That is a fantastic season. It shows that we're making incredible progress already. I mean, I didn't expect Champions League qualification until probably another season down the line. So in my mind, targets-wise, we're about a season or 2 ahead of ourselves at the moment. Some great performances this season as well. Cunha with 22 goals, Josh Doig at left-back with the highest average rating, Lambord with the most assists at 15. Van der Voort played pretty well, but I don't think he played too many games. Oh, he did actually. What's going on there? I'm going to check that in a second. Fabian, most man of the match awards. And if you look at our league table in past positions, we had a stinker of a start of the season. I said that at the start. I looked at that fixture list. I was like, that's not going to be good. And it turned out that way. We had a tough run of sitting mid-table up until about, game week 13. And then things just clicked into gear and we managed to pull ourselves back up. But if you have a look at the profile of the season, it was pretty close. Between, technically, were we in the title race? As an outside chance, yes, we were. We only finished 9 points off the top. That's 3 wins. And we were only 4 points behind City, Spurs and Chelsea. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. We didn't have anybody, I don't think, nobody in the awards area, so that is what it is, I suppose, at the end of the day. But other competitions-wise, well, we did win the FA Cup again, as well as a quarter-final of the Carabao Cup by Chelsea, quarter-finals of the Europa League. Now, the Europa League, we, as a first season in the Europa League, again, very, very happy with that. Finishing 4th behind Chelsea, Juventus and Brighton, even ahead of the likes of Nice, Ajax, Sporting. That's a good run in Europe. I'm very, very happy with that. So, as a first season in European football, quarterfinals, yes. But the FA Cup is where it's at. I love the fact that we've got it back-to-back. That's excellent for me. But can we do it again for a treble next season? Well, that's probably a bit too much to ask. But even still, we had a decent run in it, actually. Because if we go and have a look at the third round, we beat Sheffield Wednesday, like I said. And fourth round was Bolton. Then fifth round was Chelsea. So that was a tough one there, and we beat them. Quarterfinals, away at Stoke. Semi-finals, Middlesbrough. We had I don't want to say an easy run in the FA Cup, but we only played one big team. But an away tie at Stoke in the quarterfinals is always a tough one as well, so yeah, not too bad. Okay, right, so let's have a look. Van der Voort played 20 games this season and did really, really well, actually. I didn't notice that. Only conceded 11, 14 clean sheets. Why was that? Did Ramsdale get injured? Let's have a look at the injuries. Brewster, broken hand at Christmas time. He was out for 5 weeks. And Van der Voort came in at that busy period in time. Okay, that's fine. Well, of course it's fine. He's played. But even still, quick look at the goals. Cunha with another 22. 19 for Vitinha. In 31 starts, actually, that's pretty decent. 16 for Fabian. 8 assists. 11 and 15 for Lambert. Lambert he's some player on this game. He doesn't look much, but he's one of those meta-type players that has all the attributes just at the right level, and he plays so consistently well. If you haven't picked him up before, guys, make sure you pick him up. He is well worth it, and he's cheap as well. Let's have a look at Suleiman. Didn't play so many games. Batarina, 8 and 8, 7 and 5 for Suleiman. Cliver got 5 and 6, 4 and 6 for Josh Doig. So overall, very, very happy with that. Great performances, financially wise as well, after that little European run. 75 million in the bank balance. We're a little bit over the wage budget, but I've got probably, let's have a little budget adjustment there. If I knock it down to that, I've got about 60 million to spend, plus whoever goes. And if we have a look at it now, Newcastle's wanted, Bradley's wanted, Vittick's wanted, Wellington is already listed, Walker Peters wanted, Doig's wanted. He didn't go out on loan, disappointingly. I need to get him out on loan. Samardzic is wanted. He only started 15. Dial is going to go as well. So I'll manage to raise probably another, I don't know, where's Wellington? Was it maybe another 30 million or so on top of that? So for season number 5, which you guys are going to come and join me for, and also make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the content. Join me for season number 5 as we march on into the Champions League for our first season. And let's see if we can win another domestic trophy. Let's try and keep this ball rolling, shall we? I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.